Good evening and thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10. We're staying with the political developments in the United States, where the president-elect Joe Biden has expressed his commitment to unify and not divide America. Now, this comes few hours after projections from the election, which puts Mr. Biden ahead of the incumbent President Donald Trump. In his victory speech, he encouraged those who didn't vote for him to embrace peace, emphasizing that it is time to heal America. The president-elect, who arrived on stage wearing a face mask, announced that he would form his coronavirus response committee on Monday, this to ensure it is ready to implement decisions from his inauguration day in January. According to him, that's the only way America can get back to live in. His running mate, KAMALA, who is about to become the first female vice president in America's history, says Americans have chosen hope and unity, and she will be the first Black and first Asian American vice president of the country when she takes office. Ms. Harris paid tribute to her late mother, who was an Indian immigrant to the U.S., as well as the other generations of Black, Asian, white, Latina, and Native women whom she says paved the way for more freedom in the United States. Still in the U.S., more supporters gathered outside the hall where the president-elect gave his victory speech in Delaware, and it was all joy, excitement, and laughter as Mr. Biden's supporters celebrated the hard-fought win, as many of them hoped this victory will pave the way for a better America.
We're good. We're really excited. We came here from New York, and it's our 5-year anniversary, and this is how we're celebrating.
Really?
Yeah.
A very, very long time, and it feels good to actually have one of us in power, because I feel like we do a lot of the groundwork. We are the ones who put people in office, the ones who hold up, who work, who do all these different things, and it feels really good to actually have one of us in office, sitting a Black woman, an East Asian woman.
We're looking forward to unity, normalcy, decency, compassion, courage to make tough decisions that will help all Americans, and, you know, bringing dignity back to the office of President of the United States.
It's much more about diversity and not just prejudice and racism. Yeah. People can breathe easier now. They don't have to be afraid of who they are.
Love, and peace.
Decency, brains, positivity. No hate. No hate.
Well, there are indeed several factors that may have contributed to the popularity and wide acceptance of Joe Biden in the U.S. So who then is Joe Biden? TVC News Foreign Affairs correspondent Moyo Thomas reports on the life and politics of the man who won the heart of Americans to become the 46th president of the most powerful country in the world.
Joseph Robinette Biden II was born on 20th November 1942 in Scampton, Pennsylvania. At 13, his family moved to Mayfield, Delaware. He studied history and political science from the University of Delaware, where he developed an interest in politics. In 1965, Joe Biden met Nelia, who later became his wife. She was then a student of Syracuse University. He immediately applied for his law degree at the same university to be closer to her. They got married in 1966 as he continued his studies. He graduated from law school in 1968 and moved to Wilmington, Delaware, where he started his law practice. With his growing interest in politics, Joe Biden was elected to the Newcastle County Council in 1970. In 1972, 29-year-old Joe Biden was encouraged by his party to run against popular Republican incumbent Caleb Boggs for the United States Senate. With his chances very slim, he took up the challenge and ran a tireless campaign with the help of his family members managing the campaign. In 1973, Joe Biden won the election and became the 5th youngest U.S. senator ever elected in the nation's history. The new senator-elect Joe Biden lost his wife, Nelia Hunter, and daughter, Naomi Biden, on the 18th December 1972 in a car accident. His 2 sons were also severely injured. The devastation of the death almost overwhelmed him that he did not attend the swearing-in ceremony in Washington, but took oaths of office in the hospital beside his sons. He decided to continue to live in Wilmington, Delaware, commuting to Washington daily by train. He did that throughout his tenure in the Senate. His 4th son, Joseph Robinette Bill Biden III, died in 2015 of brain cancer. He met Jill Tracy Jacobs in 1975, fell in love and got married to her in June 1977 after 5 proposals. Jill Biden is an educator who maintained her paid job even as a second lady. In an interview, she says she will continue teaching even as first lady. That will make her the first in history of first ladies in the White House. Joe R. Biden's first shot as a U.S. president was in 1988, an ambition he started working on a year prior. He dropped out of the race. 20 years later, in 2008, he took another shot at the presidency, but was unable to clinch the party's nomination. He was eventually picked by President Barack Obama to be his running mate. He became the 47th Vice President of the United States in 2009, one that President Obama was fond of. He awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom with distinction.
Joe, for your faith in your fellow Americans, for your love of country, and for your lifetime of service that will endure through the generations, for the final time as president, I am pleased to award our nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Luck was to shine on him in 2019 when he vied again for the presidency. This time around, he won the party's nomination. In what has been an epoch-making moment in the United States election history, Joe Biden won the keenly contested and revered position of the President of the United States of America.
2020 is now the best year!
Joe Biden has built a political career that spans half a century, with track records in the Senate, especially as chairman of the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations and vice president for 8 years. His personality has been defined by what he attributes to his parents' training, toughness, hard work, and perseverance. A man of many firsts. First to secure the highest number of popular votes in the history of presidential elections in the U.S. First to be elected as president at almost 78 years old, making him the oldest president the U.S. ever elected. First to appoint a woman of color as running mate. First in almost 30 years to win majority votes in strictly Republican states. While his opponent, Donald Trump, has cried wolf over the election process, calling it fraudulent, many watchers say it is a very transparent process, unlike in 2016, where there were acclaimed Russian influence over the vote in favor of Donald Trump. Though the election has been called and Joe Biden has been pronounced the President of the United States, the world now waits to see how well President Donald Trump will make real his threats to challenge the outcome at the Supreme Court. Boya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.